Have you ever left a conversation feeling heavy, carrying a guilt that doesn't quite belong to you? You replay the words in your mind, searching for the sharp edge, the insult, the demand, but you find nothing. On the surface, they were kind. They were needy. They were just expressing their feelings. Yet, your chest feels tight. You feel responsible for emotions that aren't yours to carry. We often think of manipulation as a calculated game of chess, a villain plotting your downfall. But sometimes, the most draining manipulation comes from the people who love us most. People who aren't trying to hurt you, but who are drowning in their own insecurities, grabbing onto you to stay afloat. They are manipulating you, and they don't even know it. Most of us think of manipulation as something deliberate. Something malicious. Something intended to control. But that's only part of the truth. Manipulation doesn't always have a face. It doesn't always come with intent. It doesn't always come with awareness. Sometimes it appears as care. Sometimes it appears as guidance, as advice, as concern. And when it comes in these forms, it's almost invisible. Every interaction you have, every conversation you are part of, carries the potential to influence you. Some influence is obvious. Some is subtle. And some is so gentle, so natural, that you never notice it at all. And that is exactly where manipulation hides. The hardest part to understand is that most people who influence or manipulate others, even in small ways, are not trying to hurt you. They genuinely believe they are helping. They believe they are guiding you, protecting you, giving advice you need. They speak, they gesture, they share their opinions, and their words can shape your choices, whether or not they mean to. When someone you trust influences your decisions without intention, it feels natural. It feels inevitable. Your brain fills in the gaps. Your emotions justify their words. And before you realize it, you're doing things you didn't truly decide to do. That's why awareness is so crucial. That's why noticing these patterns is so important. Let's talk about some of the ways people manipulate without realizing it. The first is framing your choices. Think about the last time someone asked you, "Don't you want what's best?" instead of, "What do you want?" At first, it seems harmless, even caring. But it subtly guides your decision. It nudges you in a direction that feels natural, but is actually being influenced. That small shift can feel like your choice, but it's been shaped by someone else. Second, emotional triggers. A phrase like, "I just want what's best for you," can spark feelings of guilt. You want to be agreeable. You want to avoid conflict. You don't want to disappoint them. And without realizing it, you may follow their suggestion, even when it isn't what you truly desire. It's gentle. It's subtle. And it works because you trust the person. Third, steering through storytelling. Stories are powerful. Personal anecdotes, examples, experiences. They help people connect. They help people relate. But they also shape perspective. When someone shares their story, it can subtly influence the way you see the world, the way you interpret situations, even the decisions you make. And often, this influence goes unnoticed. Slowly, over time, these stories shape your perception, your choices, your behavior. Imagine this. A friend invites you to a social event. You hesitate. You're not sure you want to go. You have other plans. You think about saying no. But then they say, come on, everyone will be there. You'll have fun. I promise you'll enjoy it. And somehow, you find yourself agreeing. Later, you tell yourself, it's okay. I'll have fun. But deep down, it wasn't your choice at all. The friend didn't plan a trick. They didn't force you. Their words simply guided you, and your trust did the rest. That is unintentional manipulation. And it happens far more often than we realize. And the most surprising thing? The hardest manipulation of all comes from yourself. Think about it. You replay conversations in your mind. You anticipate reactions. You justify your decisions. You rationalize. Often, your own fears, desires, and insecurities steer your actions, and it feels like someone else is influencing you. When in reality, it's your own mind shaping the outcome. Understanding this is liberating. It reveals where true control lies, not in the hands of others, but in your own awareness, your attention, and your reflection. The first step in seeing manipulation clearly is not confrontation. It is awareness. Notice the feeling that arises before you act. Ask yourself, is this really my choice, or am I following someone else's influence? When you begin to slow down, to observe your own reactions, to reflect on your feelings, the fog begins to lift. Suddenly, the invisible push becomes visible. Influence exists everywhere, and that is okay. It only becomes a problem if you are unaware of it. There are tools you can use to protect yourself without becoming defensive, suspicious, or mistrusting everyone around you. First, pause before deciding. Give yourself a moment to separate instinct from influence. Second, ask intentional questions. Ask yourself, why am I choosing this? Whose voice is guiding me? And third, define your boundaries. Clear boundaries make influence obvious, whether it is intentional or unintentional. Take a moment and reflect. Think about the last conversation where you felt unsure. Did you act from your own desire, or was someone else nudging you, guiding you, shaping your choices? Notice it. Observe it. Don't judge it. Don't criticize yourself. Just notice it. This awareness is the first step toward true autonomy. Manipulation isn't always visible. It doesn't need to be deliberate. And sometimes, it comes from the people who care the most about you. Friends, family, colleagues, even loved ones may influence you without ever realizing it. But the power does not belong to them. It belongs to you. Your awareness, your reflection, your observation, these are the tools that give you back control. So today, someone may have nudged you. And that is okay. What matters is that now, you know. Now, you can recognize influence when it happens. Now, you can observe it, reflect on it, and make your own choice. And that awareness, that clarity, that quiet understanding, is freedom. You are not powerless. You are aware. You can notice the subtle pushes, the hidden directions, the gentle guides. You can reclaim your choices, one observation at a time. And that is where true empowerment begins.